But you know, Andre, have you tried it yet, or are you on Coinbase, or what do you use?
I'm using Blockfi and Gemini, honestly. I like that Blockfi and Gemini integrate well with each other, but I mean, no, I haven't used Voyager. I just mostly use Blockfi, which is good enough. But what's the difference between Blockfi and Voyager? What's the advantage?
So from my understanding, like a lot is like there's no fee in Voyager. So there's no fee. From my understanding, with a lot of these other exchanges, there's like a 2% fee or something like that, isn't there?
For buying?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Where are you guys getting 2%? That seems like a lot.
Yeah, not 2%.
Or maybe not 2%, $2, something like that. There's some sort of like fee that kind of ends up adding it up on these.
You know what's interesting? All these different brokerages, they find a way to get their fees one way or another, whether it's through the front end of you buying it, or when you go to sell it, or when you go to transfer it. So like I know BlockFi allows one transfer free a month, I believe. And then after that, they charge you some fee. So it's kind of interesting. They all find a way. So it's like what you might think is better on Voyager might not necessarily be better because there's so many entry and exit points that they could be collecting fees from other ways. So until we see one of Kevin's videos comparing the fee rates like we did last time.
I loved that video, by the way. That was the most ridiculous video I've ever seen, but it was the most informative. I've never wondered about this until you made the video. I'm like, makes a lot of sense. I actually really liked it.
Even though I think that could potentially mislead people, though, that video, because I think there was a lot left out. Because like the conclusion to the video was Robinhood was free, or not free, but it was the cheapest to buy Bitcoin. Right, but there's a huge problem with buying Bitcoin on Robinhood.
Well, like, yeah, but that wasn't, I mean, like, and I addressed that too, that, look, you can't transfer money out of there. If you want to transfer money out, you have to sell, then you pay taxes, of course. Right. But, I mean, when we do a 5 trial experiment within 30 seconds on each swipe, 5 different times at different days, and the pricing of Robinhood's the cheapest, you kind of, in that sense, in that scenario, I mean, try it yourself, but you kind of have to give it to Robinhood a little bit. Like, I was shocked. Like, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be the easiest way to bag on Robinhood. And then I did it, and I'm like, well, there goes my title.
I just think that one of the reasons why they're cheaper is because they don't allow those transfers. So they don't eat the costs for transferring because they don't allow it, period. So I think that's probably baked into some aspect of the cost, is the fact that they don't eat the exit points. So you know what I'm saying? And I would rather pay a little bit of a premium for the freedom to transfer and move my money than be locked into Robinhood and buy derivatives.
But and you're getting the interest at BlockFi, which basically pays for the extra you're paying in like 3 or 6 months or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. And by the way, I was looking between BlockFi and Voyager. The biggest difference I saw is that BlockFi limits the amount of interest. So after 2.5 Bitcoin, your interest goes down from 6.5 down to 3%.
Yes.
It looks like with Voyager, there is no cap, but it's 6.25%. So if you have more than 2.5 Bitcoin, makes sense to go to Voyager instead.
But is it only 6.2% on Bitcoin, or are there other rates for other cryptos? Because I know
other rates to other cryptos. It's basically almost identical to BlockFi, a little bit lower, but there's no cap.